Rivers of Confluence is an explosive, violent, seafaring tale. This episode's content warnings can be found in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Rivers of Confluence, a loose Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast about 5 lost souls trying to find their place in the world of a remote. I am Jay Keller, your dungeon master, and for this campaign with me I have...
Hi, I'm Amanda Ranallo, and I play Myrna, an artificer who is a crafty small folk who is always dreaming up her next invention. And a fun fact for Myrna today is that she's got a secret hobby of carving some wood. I think it just kind of came from always making her next invention and making little tweaks. And since then, she's just started kind of idly carving some wood, carving little sculptures. Yeah, that's Myrna.
What's the craziest thing she's carved?
She's carved a working waterfall before from wood, so it didn't really last. It was kind of a
Wait. Oh,
yeah.
Water?
She had to push through a little tube, and it like fountained. You know, like those little cat fountains.
Oh, like what? Like a garden kind of decoration, or did like the actual water coming out?
Yeah, like the little bubblers.
I don't follow this at all. She's a really good artificer.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Montgomery, and I will be playing Alistair Keep, aka the Gravekeeper. He is a seemingly morbid individual with his trusty shovel and lantern on hand at all times. And a fun fact about Alistair is that he gets a little bit confused on the topic of family trees. He understands the simple stuff. He understands the simple stuff like mother, father, like siblings. Anything past that, he gets a little lost.
Anything past that, like aunt, uncle,
yeah. He gets a little confused about anything.
Grandparents.
Yes. So that's actually kind of how it started. Is he would be burying a body, and the family would be there for the funeral to mourn. Let's say, for example, the family member would say, "Oh, I'll always miss my great grandfather," and he would say, "Well, what was so great about them?"
Hi, friends. My name is Jeremy Cox. I'm playing Orpheus Hornraven. He's a reserved half-elf druid yearning for truth. Orpheus's fun fact of the day is his little scimitars. He practices with about 2 to 3 hours every single day, doing different tricks, stunts, trying to hone his skills. You would think he has nothing else going on in his life, but he finds a lot of enjoyment out of practicing.
Finds a lot of enjoyment with playing with his sword.
Is it just in case?
Excuse me?
Actually, it's 2 swords.
Whoa.
Dual wielder.
He's a dual wielder.
Is it just in case he ever finds a dirty pirate?
Dirty pirate. Love quests, you know, like the little ego boost.
Hold on.
Self-defense.
He's got to play with his sword before he can find love.
Jeez, oh my gosh.
It takes 10,000 hours to really get good at something. He's putting
You
in the time
never
in now.
know when those swords are going to come in handy.
He's putting in the hour.
Hello. My name is Max Volpert, and I will be playing Sable Driftthorn, a half-tiefling, half-sea elf barbarian, and a fearsome pirate braving the seas with a mighty crew of 1. Sable's fun fact of the day is that her second favorite letter of the alphabet is ARG, but her first true love is the sea. Mitch told me not to say that.
No, it went over well. It went over well.
Thank you. See, I told you.
Did you say your favorite letter was ARG?
R. Oh, okay.
but I see what you did there.
See?
Arr. Hi, my name is Mitchell Maguire, and I will be playing Bonzo. Bonzo is a submissive, retired circus performer, and also a chimpanzee or a pan troglodyte. And maybe he's not that submissive because he's a barbarian. All right. So a little fight in him. And a fun fact about Bonzo is during his time at the circus, his biggest competition was a dancing squirrel named Remington.
Remington.
Mhm. They got beef.
So that's the main villain of this campaign.
No,
is what I'm hearing.
it's Remington, this dancing squirrel. He's pulling all the strings, that squirrel.
Did you write that down, Jay? I can't wait to hear your accent.
Just taking notes over here.
At the end of this campaign, it'll be the squirrel.
Would you say Remington
dominant.
drives Bonzo nuts?
Oh.
All right, and then for
Because he's a squirrel.
All right, and then for an NPC fact here for today, for Evie, Evie's been sailing for the majority of her life, and because of that, she had her first drink at the age of 13, but she did not like it. However, what she did like was the hand-rolled tobacco cigars rolled by the crew. So by 15, she was rolling her own cigarettes like the best of them. But since her captain wouldn't let her smoke until she was an adult, she would just roll the cigarettes for the rest of the crew while they worked. And that was kind of like her job on the ship.
Coward. Sorry, me and Evie have beef.
Who's to say she didn't sneak a couple back behind the mast?
She's a holy roller.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on into it. The last session, you all attended the Kirsaleth Museum of History and witnessed a massacre as cloaked figures performed a ritual that summoned forth the god of storms and chaos. Waking up in a cell after a fever dream, you were told by Orpheus's newfound cousin, Sarek Hornraven, that you were all blamed by the local nobility for the attack. You all escaped the prison via the poop chute, exited on the beach, and found Sable's ship being boarded by a desperate smuggler. After taking off to avoid horseback pursuers, you are now all headed out to sea. So right now, we find you all on the deck of Sable's ship, the Damned. The shapes of your pursuers on the beach fall out of view as you're heading out to open waters. However, rolling in from the western horizon, you see the black curtain of storm clouds. From the deck, you hear a, "Oh shit," from Evie. Looking back from where you came, there on the north side of Silsera's coast, you can see them. 3 Imperial warships bob against the sea chasing to intercept. Alistair and Sable, you know that if they were sent from Kirsaleth, which they most likely were, then their speed trumps that of the Damned. You're not sure how long it'll take, but unless you alter the circumstances, they will catch up to you. Sable, you feel a kind of like pulling at your coat, and Evie's gaze burns into you desperately. "Get us out of here, please, and get me and these supplies to my crew, and we'll pay you. I promise we'll pay you generously. Just please, get us out of here."
Hands off me, girl. I'm working on it.
Of course. Please, just... I can't be captured, and these supplies have to get back to the crew.
My supplies?
These supplies.
My supplies.
We will
Aye,
pay
indeed.
you.
We can't let them be taking my supplies. Either they be my supplies or we be throwing you overboard. That should lighten the load to let us escape, eh?
Just get us out of here, and we'll talk about whose supplies they are after we get there.
Aye, attention, me crew, everybody. Yes, all of you.
Yes, Captain, Master.
All right. All right, anybody got a burning to go any particular place? Anybody feeling a vacation spot? I be feeling a quick change of course.
Where's the storm coming in from?
The storm is coming in from the west, and so to the east is back towards Silser, as well as where these ships are coming from. To the north is open waters, and to the south is just the coastline. But the storm itself is probably still about a mile and a half out.
I say we go the opposite, anywhere away from that storm cloud, because that looks rough.
Aye, but you don't be understanding that I can be sailing through any storm, and it might be our best chance to lose them, to go straight through. The Damned can survive anything. Take a look at her. She's been through the worst of it.
When you say that part of the ship, like the railing kind of crumbles off and plunges into the sea.
Hey, it's supposed to do that.
Well, also, Corrid is west, and if the storm is coming from the west, it might be best to go through. I say we can trust her.
Hey, let's go! And Sable's gonna spin the wheel, like comically, the whole ship's gonna lurch towards the storm, and towards Cord.
Captain, Master, what want me do?
Hey, boy, you be nimble. Head up to the sails. You can be our rigger. Myrna,
Okay.
how do you feel about being responsible for the ship's care and keeping? You seem like a capable lass to be fixing things.
Oh, yeah. I'll get my hammer out. Yeah.
Orpheus, you seem to have a gentle touch. You know any healing?
I do.
You do? Well, you just became the doctor, me boy. How do you feel about that?
Oh boy.
Alistair, come take the wheel. You got a strong arm and you can see out over the open ocean.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain indeed. Evie, swab the poop deck. Bonzo, you be me second mate. If the ship goes down, you be in charge.
Okay.
Everybody treat Bonzo with respect and authority. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Aye, Captain.
Be there any disgruntles with the crew? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Myrna's already hammering shit.
Aye, then let's go into the thick of the storm, Alistair, me boy.
Yeah, and Alistair kind of sombers his way over to the wheel and starts steering.
And so you all are headed west into the storm, and you can see that during the time that it takes you to start reaching some of the storm clouds, the three ships behind you are already getting closer and closer, and you can see the black flag with the yellow sun of the Silsarian Empire on the ships as they come after you. And as you enter into the storm, the dam's sails catch the wind and start lurching precariously. You find it start to become difficult to keep your footing on the ship as you fall up and down the waves. From the helm, the spindled wheel tugs in your arms. So, Alistair, I need you to make a strength check to keep the ship on its course. This will be a 15.
I got a 21.
A 21? All right, so you feel the spindle wheel kind of tug in your arms, and you're able to brace it with one arm and kind of keep the angle of it with the other in your hand.
While Myrna's working, she's just singing, Alistair, take the wheel, take it from my head. As she's singing.
I already have the wheel.
And wind howls at you all, drowning out everything save the pelting rain, the sea, and the thunder. Sable, above, you see that the mast is billowing dangerously. It needs to come down, otherwise a storm will tear the mast from the ship. You can see your crew kind of scrambling around. I need you to roll a general charisma check to command your crew over the roaring of the storm.
First roll with the new dice.
New dice.
Okay.
This will also be a 15.
A 15. It's gonna be a 13.
A
13.
So you call out to your crew, but it is drowned out by the wind and the rain. And so you can tell that something needs to happen, but from where you are on the kind of top part of the deck near Alistair, the only one that's able to hear you is Alistair.
Cool. Can I run down and grab Evie wherever she is?
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of taking some of the rain and helping, like, scrubs part of the, like, trusty salt water,
The most
like, salt from the ship, somewhat begrudgingly. And so you come close and she looks up at you and goes, "What's going on?"
Hey, good job, big girl, but I got a new task for you. Come with me. And I'm going to take Evie urgently, and we're going to go and try to take down the mast.
You start making your way to the mast with Evie, and then with another lurch of the ship, the dam plummets down the tide and crashes roughly against the swell. From your place by the mast, you can hear that from below deck, there's a creaking that gives way to a crack of wood giving way as something below deck of the dam begins to take on water. And so you and Evie are by the mast, Bonzo is kind of tying off ropes on the side, and then
He is not.
oh, he's not. What's Bonzo
He
doing?
is like completely wrapped in the ropes, not sure as to what he's doing because he's never sailed a boat himself. So he's like, "Is this what do with rope?" Ooh.
I think Sable sees this as they're running by, and she's like, "All right, Evie, you go take the rigging. Bonzo, come with me." And have Evie take all those ropes from Bonzo. They'll kind of untie him again,
Okay.
and then
Okay. And as he's running, he's gonna give like a little nudge to Evie.
Shoulder check. Just
Yeah. Just, try steal Captain Master Boat.
And so you're with Bonzo now at the bottom of the mast. So you know that the mast needs to come up, but there's also something underneath the boat that's taking on water. And so what are you wanting to do?
I'm gonna go for the mast. I'm just gonna go, "Hey, it's supposed to do that," and keep going.
All right. So you two start climbing up the mast itself, and so it's probably about a 50-foot mast, and the yard or the part of the mast that's perpendicular to the main column is about 40 feet up. And so you climb up for a little while, and then where the yard arms start to go out, you know that where the mast needs to get pulled up and tied off are going to be on the extremest part of both the port and the starboard side. And so you can take one and Bonzo can take the other, or you can both try to take care of one together.
Hey, Bonzo, me boy, you think you're strong enough to take one by yourself?
Oh, Bonzo strong.
All right, head to the other side. I'll take port, you take starboard. And then Sable's gonna pause for a second and go, "That one," and very clearly point at it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I need both of you to make acrobatics checks as the yard arm is kind of pitching and swaying all around you in the storm. And also there's the kind of torrential winds that are gusting against you.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is going to be another 15. It's not a disadvantage because Alistair was able to keep the ship somewhat heading in a straight direction.
Bonzo rolled an 8.
Sable wrote a 22.
4 plus 4.
22? Okay. So, Sable, we'll do you first. With much more of an acrobatic ability than a lot of people probably assumed, you feel right at home at the sea, and so you actually use the swaying of the ship to get you further down the yard arm, and so you're able to get to the rope no problem, and you start pulling it in. But you hear a cry out as Bonzo loses his footing and starts to tumble down the mast about halfway down the yard arm. And so, Bonzo,
Yeah.
I need you to make just a general dexterity saving throw, and I need you to pass a 15.
God.
Because you are falling right now.
You're kidding. What is happening?
What'd you get?
It was a 4 again. 8.
Sable from your place up on the yard arm, and the rest of you from your place on the ship, you hear the animalistic cry of Bonzo as he tumbles down the ship. He tries to reach for the bottom part of the mast, but doesn't quite snatch it in time. And you see, as he tries a second time to grab the railing of the ship before he plunges into the black water below. Bonzo is now overboard.
Falling to the boat.
With where you were on the yard arm and the 4 that you just rolled,
Oh.
you are now overboard.
Bonzo is deceased.
And so the three of you
Start writing up a new
can
character
attempt to try to do something about it, but Sable, you're now up on the other side of the ship, still attending to the mast.
That's a shame because I can breathe in water too. I'm a sea elf.
And so, I mean, you could try to go after Bonzo, but that means that no one's going to be able to attend the mast.
Can Bonzo swim?
I got a question. He can swim.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Where I am and where I fell, how close am I to the hole in the ship? Can I... do I
make
see
a
it?
perception
Yeah.
check.
All right, please. New die. Hold on. Do.
And Alistair, you see Bonzo fall from the ship, and so if you want to try to maneuver or try to halt, you can try.
Yeah.
But that would be probably a strength roll to manage the ship.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
You got a 14. So Unfortunately, you're not able to see too much into the dark depths of the water. You're floundering overboard, and you can see just like the back part of the ship begin to pass you.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna run over and throw my rope down to him.
Okay.
I'm
Make
going to try and hold the
okay.
ship
So
as much as possible.
Alistair, make a strength roll to try to halt the ship, and then Myrna, make a like ranged attack roll.
It's an 8 for the strength.
13.
13.
Sorry, low average.
We're not
So,
doing good today.
Here's what that means. Alistair, you are unable to turn the ship and get it to halt just with the mast still being partially down. The wind is just carrying the ship forward, and so you are beginning to rapidly lose Bonzo behind you. Myrna, you throw the rope and it ends up close to Bonzo, but Bonzo, you now need to make just a general either athletics, dexterity, or I'd say acrobatics check to try to grab onto the rope before it slips out of your grasp.
Okay. It is a 14 as well.
Nice, nice. Okay, not bad, not horrible. Above a 10.
All these
Certainly
DCs are
not
15.
So, Bonzo, in the water, you see as the ship is continuing on, the rope is beginning to tighten and tighten and tighten. And the part that's right next to you, you lunge for it, and just as it starts to move with the ship, you grab onto just the very back part of it.
Goodness.
And so now you're being drugged by the damned with the force of the storm, the waves, and the motion of the ship pulling you forward. So you are like partially above water, partially below water, getting like half drowned as you're getting pulled along. Now, Sable, you can see that Bonzo is now being dragged by the damned, and you're still up on the yard arm.
Okay, I want to try to tie off the rope that I came there to tie off.
Okay, I need to tie it off. You like begin pulling the mast up and tie it off, and so you've got this side done now. But now there is still the other side, the starboard side, I believe, that you said that is still down.
Can Sable try to, like, with whatever various ropes and sails and stuff are on the ship, swing to the other side to get to the other rope? She usually sails the ship by herself, so I would think it's a fair assumption she's got like rigs, where she can get from one side to the other pretty quickly.
Yeah, and so what I'd say is you can make your acrobatics roll with advantage.
Nice.
And Myrna, you are now holding onto the rope that has Bonzo with it, and with the weight of Bonzo, the weight of the waves kind of working against you, it is all that you can do just to hold onto the rope. You're not able to pull him in at all. Same thing with Bonzo. It is very difficult to even just hold onto the rope. And so you guys are currently at like a standstill, not losing the rope, but not gaining any, you're not gaining any momentum to getting him back onto the ship.
Sable rolled a 21.
A 21? Okay, so you're able to get to the other part of the yard arm, no problem. And so you, I assume, begin
tie off
raising
the
up the mast, and it isn't long before the entire mast is up. And so, Alistair, you can feel the actual like part of the ship begin to become a little bit more manageable now that the ship itself isn't being pulled by the mast.
I'm going to see if I can run up to Evie. Evie, can you go help Myrna with the rope? And then I'm going to book it down to where we're taking on water.
Yeah.
Down below.
And so, Myrna, you feel Evie begin tugging at the rope behind you, and Orpheus, as you go underneath, you can see that where a lot of the supplies that Evie was loading on had been loaded in, there is a 2-foot crack into the ship itself, spanning multiple boards, and it's spraying heavily, and like there's probably about like a half foot of water already in the ship.
It happens.
Happens to the best of ships.
I was going to try some mending, but I notice it's 2 feet of like
It's 2 feet.
broken wood.
What is mending?
So mending, I can like, as long as a break or tear is no larger than a foot in any dimension, I can mend it, and not leave like any trace of the former damage.
And it's a cantrip, right?
You could just do it over and over.
Well, because The thing about that is I did say that it was over multiple boards. No, because since it's over multiple boards, if it was one object, then he wouldn't be able to do mending for 2 feet. But because he can target one board and then another, he could do mending for the full 2 feet.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
And so it'll take some time, but you begin working on the first board and the crack begins to repair itself. The strains of the wood begin to merge back into itself. And then you begin working on the second board. Myrna, I need you to make a strength roll with advantage.
Alistair, seeing Myrna and Evie pulling at the rope, isn't able to see Bonzo, but is just assuming now that there's 2 people pulling at the rope that Bonzo is at the other end. Would Alistair be able to cast Unseen Servant for a third person to help with the rope?
Yes. Okay.
Manifesting is just like an anthropomorphic like person, but like visually you can't see them at all.
I
Gotcha.
feel its
Okay.
meaty arms surrounding me while we're making clay. Hey, focus up, Lassie, focus up. Ah, okay.
So it was going to be a DC roll of 18 with your advantage, but with the Unseen Servant now, it'll be a DC of 15.
Nice.
So I'll make it easier and you get advantage.
Oh, I just got 16.
Nice.
And so, Bonzo, you can feel an additional tug against the water, and your head dips underneath the water again as the rope begins pulling. You begin making your way towards the ship, and it isn't long before you're able to at least put a hand on the side of the damned. You are currently still in the water, but you are now no longer floating away from the ship.
Always a plus.
Orpheus, you have now patched the second hole in the bottom part of the deck, and Sable, you have now tied up the rest of the mast.
I would like to see if there's any way that I can kind of destroy some of this water so it's not holding the ship down.
You can see that there are kind of bailing buckets strewn around. Probably this wasn't the first time that the damned has started taking on water. And so you do see that there are bailing buckets. I don't remember if you have like create or destroy water, but you could do that as well. Okay, then yeah, you could cast that.
I would love to cast that. Because I can at least destroy up to like 10 gallons. I don't know if we're...
Druids! Druids rock!
It'd be probably a little bit more than 10 gallons, but as you cast Destroy Water, the water that's in the ship itself goes from probably about like ankle deep to just being probably like the bottom of your shoe. Less of like a concern and more of just kind of a inconvenience.
A little wet down.
Just getting your foot wet.
That's all I care about.
That's what she said.
Alistair and Sable and Myrna, I want you to make a perception check.
Natty 20.
Natty 20.
Nat 1. Sable's like blacked out. She's having so much fun. She's just like flipping and zipping around and like.
I just imagine that you have like a real zip line. Like you put a zip
And
line
someone she
there
like
on purpose.
throws a kerchief over a rope and she like slides down.
Nat 2 for me.
Okay. So Myrna, you hear a like almost like a whistling through the air, cutting through the wind towards you, and you hear a massive splash, probably about like 20 feet away from the ship, as a bolt from a trebuchet impacts the water off the starboard side. Looking through the storm itself, you can see that the 3 warships are still pursuing you, and now that they are within range, they are starting to hurl trebuchets at you.
We've got incoming. They've got ammo. We gotta get going.
This is me favorite part.
I'm going to run back up from down below.
And so,
Orpheus, help us get Bonzo on the ship.
Can Bonzo kind of climb up a little bit now that he's... Yeah, he's going to start climbing up.
Okay. So you start climbing up, and it isn't long before you make your way back onto the ship.
Nice.
Alistair, I need you to make one more roll to kind of helm the ship and keep it going in the right direction.
I was going to ask, actually.
Yes.
Funny that you bring that up.
Okay.
How close behind are they?
They're still like a distance off. Probably 200 meters, I'd say.
Okay.
They're within trebuchet range, but they're not like shooting bolts or arrows at you yet.
Okay. I'll put a pin in this for now. I'll roll the strength check.
While he's rolling,
Oh.
what's a trebuchet?
A trebuchet,
That's a
imagine like a heavy artillery crossbow. And so since this currently takes place before like the invention of gunpowder, there's no like cannons or anything. And so instead of that, a lot of ships either have like a lot of spears or like bows, crossbows, and some of them, these ones, have like trebuchets kind of embedded into the deck of the ship itself.
Cool.
That's cool. We need to get those.
And so,
We don't need anything. It's perfect as it is.
what'd you get?
5.
A 5. With that 5, the ship lurches again and sends you guys like down deep into the waves in front of you, and the wave crashes onto the ship itself, sending water across the entire deck. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw to try to keep your place onto the ship.
My bad, guys. My hand slipped.
Not again.
Those dexterity saving?
What?
I thought it was a 1, but it wasn't. Good thing.
19.
What is going on? I keep rolling 14s. Different numbers to get there, but I keep rolling 14s.
17.
19 for me.
14.
11.
Who's getting kicked off the ship next?
The one holding the rope better not be.
I have Danger Sense, which is advantage on dex saving throws against visual effects.
Yeah, so this would be visual.
I think
Nice. I think you actually might have it too.
I have that
Mitch.
too,
I think it's a
actually. So
class
actually, on
action.
those decks,
Nice.
on those decks, I should have. Let's see if it.
I rolled worse. So.
You just had your eyes closed for the
I
first
rolled
part of it.
much better. I
Nice.
rolled a 19.
Nice.
All right. So then, Myrna, you're the only one that gets carried away by these waves.
Yep.
So all of you see as the wave comes up onto the ship, it washes over everybody and it sends Myrna hurtling back into the railing, and she knocks the back of her head onto the side of the ship, and you take 6 points of damage as the railing impacts against the back of your head.
What about Evie?
Evie, she got hit with the waves, but she's holding on to part of the rigging on the side. And at this point behind you, Alistair, you can see that the 3 ships, one of them is rocking precariously on the water, and you see as it actually begins to tip over, not entirely at first, but it is kind of stayed leaning on one side. And you can start to see the other 2 ships begin to turn and start to make their way for the one that's beginning to capsize. You're gaining a little bit of distance away from them, but you're still dealing with the storm. So now at this point, I want everyone to make a D20 roll, and I want to know how many of you guys get above a 15.
Come on.
Not I.
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
11.
Me too.
So close.
16.
16. Okay, so 16, you got a nat 20,
I got an 8.
8,
14.
11.
11. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
So the nat 20 counts as 2, so it's even. So,
Were we just gonna capsize your boat?
She could never go down. If she goes down, she comes right back up.
You installed pistons on the side to just push it back up.
It's basic physics, you know. We be bottom heavy.
so you don't know for how long you fight against the storm. Every crash of the ship sends you off balance, a second of distraction meaning death or being flung overboard. And after a while, there's not much to do besides cling onto the solid oak of the ship and pray that the damned does not capsize. I need everyone to roll another perception check, and I need you to beat a 15.
19.
15.
Unnatural 20.
7.
As you are clinging to life on the side of the ship, far beneath you in the black expanse of the sea, you hear a deep humming reverberating through your ears. A call? But to whom or from what? You do not know. Hours later, when you no longer feel the rain pelting your skin nor the wind pushing at you, you begin to move again. The ship does not rock, does not pitch with movement. And looking around you, you see why. You are on the edge of a vast circle, maybe a mile in diameter. On the other side of the circle, you can still see the turbulent storm as it rages on, but here, it is quiet. The clouds above open along the circle, framing the moon and stars above, all of their light and splendor reflected in the sea below. The sea. Where before the sea beat and punished your escape from Kir Seleth, here it is the perfect mirror of calm, resembling an undisturbed pond rather than the sea. Whoa, you can hear from Evie, sounding much like a prayer. Her gaze is drifting off towards the front of the ship, and there you see it too. In the center of the circle, you see a golden glow of a city on the sea. A city? No. A ship. Impossibly large, with no sails, the levels and decks extending far above the waterline. The lower levels of the barge flatten outwards, and you can see other ships, galleys, carracks, and caravels around the barge, tied off to the docks around the outside. Even from here, you can see the movement flicker across torches, and multicolored lights dance and glow from inside the massive ship itself. And as the bow of the damned gets closer, Evie cries out beside you, "There, bring us in, next to that one." And over the port side, she extends a finger to an impressively large warship moored to the dock in the shadow of the barge. There's no flag you can see, but along the side of the ship, you can see written Duskbreaker.
Who be you to be giving orders? Who you be giving orders to right now?
That's my ship. We can meet my crew.
That's your ship. I thought you told me you don't be a captain.
I mean, I'm not the captain, but it's still my
Then
ship.
it's not your ship.
It's my home.
Everybody, Alistair, bring us in over there, right there, next to that one.
Aye, Captain. I was already doing that, but okay.
Aye, you don't be doing that till I tell. What don't anyone understand on this ship? I am the captain, and when we be on me ship, the damned, you be taking me orders.
Hey, listen to Captain, Master, or answer to me.
That's right. Or answer to me, second mate.
I want to try to intimidate them.
All right, make an intimidation roll.
All right, guys. Oh, please be a good roll, man. Hold on.
I hope it's not.
Jeez Louise. That's a 7.
So as a barbarian, I will say if your charisma is low for intimidation, you can also use strength.
Oh, I can use strength?
Yeah.
I
don't think it's gonna make that much.
If all of them roll really low.
Yeah. That's gonna be an 11.
Well, I mean, that's not going to be enough. And so it might be because you kind of look like a wet rat right now, and and your loincloth is a little bit soaked and dripping with water.
Well, actually, I think I'm still naked. I don't know if I ever.
Well, maybe that's why.
Yeah, Alistair just doesn't even realize you're speaking and is actively pulling the ship in.
But Evie comes up next to you, Sable, and goes, "Can I ask you, if you weren't the captain of the ship and you were just a crew member, would you still consider the damned your ship?"
Aye, it wouldn't be mine. I'd be sailing upon it, but I'd have no claim to it.
It wouldn't be your home?
Aye, whether it's me home or me ship are two different things.
To me, it's one and the same.
Sable's gonna think for a second, and then she's gonna walk off towards the front of the boat. And that scene in the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean when it's like Jack Sparrow and then it zooms out and he's standing on the mast, but it's just the mast.
Yeah.
She's gonna go post up on the front of the ship like that with so much confidence, as if they're not sailing in a glorified piece of driftwood. As she's got one egg up, her hand up on her hat as they sail into the port.
All right, and then Alistair, you take them in?
Take him in.
As you tie off the ship to the docks, you see around you are string lights, some magical and some not, and held in glowing lanterns. You can see the bustling of activity. Some people at the waterfront hawking their goods, and some unloading or otherwise tending to their ships. But most of the people at the waterfront appear to be moving up towards the higher levels of the floating barge. Evie, however, jumps ship as soon as it's tied up and runs to the Duskbreaker. Crouch! Maggie! Fallon! She shouts, running over the ship's ramp. From here, you can see two figures turn in response. The first is easily seen as the giant woman turns, face spreading to a smile as she sees Evie. The other is a sleek, elvish man with dark hair perched on the ship's railing and his two hand crossbows holstered over his shoulder. When they see Evie, the elvish man slides down and hurries to embrace her, while the woman starts to, but the sudden movement causes the ship to rock and lurch, and she slows her pace before carefully stepping down from the ship onto the dock. Evie embraces the man and tries to wrap her arms around the woman before turning and waving you over. Come on, come meet the crew.
Alistair cautiously walks over, mostly scanning the people and scanning the ship itself. He's cautious, but he's also like kind of just enraptured in the size, the scale of the ship itself.
Yeah, so the Duskbreaker seems to be a somewhat lavish ship. It's a warship, kind of like the ones that you saw back in Silsair. But this one is, you can tell from your experience, and same thing with Sable, that this ship is more of Lockram make. It's not a Silsarian ship. However, it is a couple times larger than the Damned itself. This one is painted in pristine. The sails have been cared for. You do not, however, see any type of flag being hoisted on the sails. And as you approach the rest of the crew, you can see that some of the crew is still up on the ship itself. You see that there's kind of people milling around the port itself that aren't associated with that ship, but maybe ships that are around the harbor. But you come up to where Evie and the others are, and you hear them kind of in conversation go, "Oh, what happened, little cardinal?" And as you approach, she kind of pulls you over and she goes, "Oh, these ones saved me and brought me on their ship."
I turn to Sable and I say, "Do we have your permission, Captain?"
You do. Thank you very much.
I like the finger gun.
I just finger gun at her. And then I say, "I'm into your ship, by the way, in the storm," and walk following Alistair.
It's supposed to do that. It helps keep it balanced.
Not when we're taking on water in a storm.
Sailor, you don't know how it works.
And Sable will turn her attention towards Evie and Co and be like,
To be true, we did be saving your little cardinal, as you put it. A type of thing that, I don't know, some might say warrants a reward of sorts.
Of course, we'd be happy to help you with that, says the giantess woman. And the elven man next to her kind of like puts a hand out to her and goes, "What about the supplies? Do you have those?"
I do be having many supplies on me ship. Are you interested in purchasing?
If we have to, yes. I'm sure that that's something that you could work out with our captain. And I'm sure that he'd be happy to throw some extra gold your way for taking Evie here this way.
Sounds like a right good time. I'd love to meet the captain of your ship.
Of course. And Evie said, "Oh, where is he? And where's Crouch?" And the elven man turns to look at her and says, "Oh, they went to go meet the owner of this barge. Up in the higher levels, that was about a couple hours ago. They have not come back since." And the giant woman kind of frowns in concern. She goes, "No, they can handle themselves, but it has been a while. I'm starting to get worried."
Well, seeing as they be holding all the coin that we be needing, perhaps we could go check on them for you.
"While you do that," says the elvish man, "maybe we could start unloading the supplies from your ship."
I don't know about having people be on me ship while I'm not here. You
That's
understand?
I can stay on the ship. If you'll allow me, I would really like to fix your ship.
I love the enthusiasm, lassie. You have me permission, of course.
Okay, she just goes right back and starts it's a field trip of things to fix.
Well, the giant woman kind of kneels down next to you, Sable, and goes, "Oh, if you need someone to watch your ship, we can always do that for you."
No.
I know.
No. Captain Master said, you buy supplies. You pirate. You lie. You will steal. You stay right there, big lady.
She nods a little bit and she goes, we are pirates. You are as well, aren't you?
Me chimp. Captain Master? Me pirate?
I'd say you earned your sea legs, drank your weight in salt water. What else could you ask for?
Okay, me pirate.
And since you are pirates, you could lie too, couldn't you?
Bonzo he's now thinking about the paradox of the situation he's created. Me lie?
No, I'm sorry, little one. I'm not saying that you would. What I'm simply trying to say is you saved one of ours. We are indebted to you, and you have something that we want. Now, if it's a matter of purchasing it, you'd have to talk to our captain, but as far as I'm concerned, nothing will ever happen to your ship until we get this figured out.
How about this? We leave you to watch the ship, and Evie be coming with us to help us find your friends, as we don't be knowing them from a hole in the wall.
That's okay with me. I'd love to go see the captain and Crouch. And you can tell that she's very excited at that prospect. And she turns to the giant woman and the elf man. And she goes, I've got matters I'd like to discuss with them anyway.
Sounds like a deal to me. And now we both be in possession of something important to each of us, so it be on a pirate's honor.
A pirate's honor, the giant woman says. And she sticks out a pretty large hand to you. Since this is a giant woman, she's probably about 15 feet tall. And so she outstretches her hand. She goes, the name's Maggie, by the way.
Bonzo, come here. Sable's
Okay.
gonna get on Bonzo's shoulders so that she can be close
Which is
enough.
still not very high.
At least high enough to reach the hand without having to stretch on her tiptoes because she feels like that would be undignified. And she'll say,
Sable, nice to meet ya.
And she shakes your hand. The elven man goes up to you, Orpheus, and sticks out his hand and goes, the name's Fallon. I see that you're a fellow elf, and well, it's always a pleasure to meet one of my kind on the sea.
Orpheus nods, extends his hand, and says, I'm Orpheus. Nice to meet you, Fallon.
Nice to meet you. Just a word of caution. This place, I've never seen or heard anything like it. It's not natural. More than that, where did it come from? We've sailed these seas for a long time and we've never come across a place like this. So, as you look for our captain and our second mate, keep an eye out.
I will. Thank you.
And with that, the two kind of start clambering onto the ship. Maggie a little bit more clumsy, and Fallon just kind of swings his way up over the railing and onto the ship itself, leaving you all on the port.
Bonzo's gonna go over to Sable after that interaction and be like, Captain, Master, sorry me fail you. And Bonzo's gonna turn around and go, punish me. Me do bad. Punish me.
Alistair's just gonna look at Myrna like,
Myrna's on the ship, and Myrna's feeling this weird vibe here, mister.
whoa.
The sub is coming out.
Hey, me boy, you did nothing wrong. Going overboard is just part of being a pirate, and we just decided that you are a pirate now, eh?
Yes, me, pirate.
Besides, it'd not be your fault. It'd be Alistair's job to hold the ship steady.
Right. So,
No,
me not do bad?
You do great, Bonzo.
Alistair do bad.
He be doing his best, though. You know, we be a crew. We got to look out for each other.
But you say Alistair lie too. Alistair bad, he lie. And Bonzo's just gonna look at Alistair angrily. She's like, and then just kind of dismiss you.
I'm sorry, was the rat talking about me?
Me, not rat. Me, chimp. You know, me look like rat.
Alistair looks you up and down. No, you're fine.
Aye, you look like a pirate. Myrna, what be the damage to the ship?
It's really hard to tell what was damaged before and what's damaged from now, but I'll get to working.
I be told nothing was damaged before. It was all in its place.
Orpheus is just
You can roll an insight check on that if you want to see if she's lying. Or you can take her word.
I think we can tell.
Orpheus is just staring back at the Duskbreaker where Fallon is, because it's been a minute since he's like seen another elf. So he's like not paying any attention to the conversation going on around him.
Aye. Focus up. We got places to be. Are you becoming?
Yes.
All right, then.
I guess Sable will turn to Evie and be like,
You been here before, lassie?
No, never. I've never seen any place like this.
Well, how are we to know where we're going?
Well, they said at the top. And she looks up and it's probably about like a half mile up. I mean, I guess we just keep going up until we find the top.
I think we tread with caution, Captain. They've not seen places like this, according to Fallon. And I do sense something off.
Aye, agreed. I'll trust your intuition, boy. You lead the way.
Also, any of you with seafaring experience, if you want to roll a history check to see if you would know anything about this place, you can.
come on.
11.
I rolled a 2 on the die, so whatever it is, it's not enough.
Couldn't say. I mean, you hear a lot of stories, and I mean, most of them, that's all that they are, but you've never heard of anything like this. And in your Seawards experience, you've never seen any place like this. It's not on any map, and you've never heard wind of it.
All right. Well, if Myrna stays on the ships, then so do I. So if the four of you would like to go talk to the captain, you are more than welcome to.
Oh, but the Duskbreaker is going to be watching you guys, so you don't have to worry about the ship.
If Myrna stays on the ship, I stay on the ship.
And she is working on repairing the ship.
You really want us to leave ship?
I mean, I'm coming with you. Anything happens to the ship, you can pay it back to me.
Anything happen, you regret. And then Bonzo's gonna look at Sable, like give a thumbs up, like, am I doing a good job?
Sable's gonna give a thumbs up right back.
So yeah, what do you do?
I'm just working along. I'm singing, Alistair, take the wheel, take it from my head. And you go. I'm good. I'm gonna be zoned in.
Well, if you're working on the ship's repair, then someone should probably be protecting the loot.
That's a good point.
So while you work on that, I'll be keeping an eye.
Go.
All right. So Evie and then Orpheus, Bonzo, and Sable.
Splitting the party in the second episode.
Oh,
Tensions are high.
Yeah, we'll head out.
Yeah.
Sable's asking Orpheus to take the lead with his keen sense of observation. So,
All right. Just make the three of you make a perception check as you make your way towards the barge itself.
Was it a good roll?
I just kicked it.
you fell on the ground.
15.
Great. And now it's worse.
Well, I got a mod 20.
No, good for you. I got a 7. So
You're just really distracted by Evie, Fallon.
There'd be a lot to steal in this place.
Bonzo, you can tell that the barge itself, the way that it's designed is a pretty structurally basic like city. There seems to be like a main road that kind of zigzags its way up, as well as Orpheus. You do see that kind of on the boundary between the docks and the kind of lower wharf of the town, that there is a sign written in Elvish that says "On Rink." And since you do speak Elvish, you know that the translation comes out to God's Gambit. And so as you make your way down the street, much of the barge functions much like a regular city. There's shops, there's taverns sporting music, homes lining up and down the street and layered up the sides of the ship itself. And around you, games are being played. You see wrestling matches in alleys, cards, dice, and roulette being betted on in every tavern as you pass. Bookies shout odds at gathered crowds and everyone eager to get rich quick. You see that there are like foot races going on in and out of alleys and kind of over some of the roofs, and people are like waving tickets all around, trying to shout that either they won or they're throwing them on the ground in defeat. The higher up the barge you go, the more the noise and the general chaos surrounds you. The scents of incense and drink fill your nostrils. Hawkers shout their goods, singing echoes into the night, and laughter slams out around you. It becomes almost claustrophobic, surrounding you in cacophony of noise and a blanket of scents. You make your way back and forth up the main road until you reach the top. The chaos gives way into a cool breeze and a bright night sky. And here, at the top, you can see out across the floating city. It's a warm hearth glow against the dark emptiness of the sea. And there, you can hear a raucous and bellowing laughter over a violin, and you see several figures sitting at a large table underneath a decorated awning. The two figures have their backs to you, and one is seated and one is standing behind the other. Other figures flit about, tending to the three at the table, refilling drinks and bringing food to the third. You look upon the third, and all at once, your heart drops into your stomach. You feel as if you are right back at the museum. For that is the only other place that you have felt this kind of overwhelming presence. Seated, so he is looking towards you, is a man almost as large as Maggie. He wears a long braided beard clasped in gold. His nose is bulbous and red, and his hand is larger than the mug of wine as he pours it down his mouth and finishes it in one gulp. He's done laughing now, but all the humor has not left him. With a twinkle in his eyes, he says,
"What's wrong, madman? Not the answer you were expecting."
The seated man does not move, only staring at an upside-down mug in front of him.
"Well played, anyway, you..."
The hulking man freezes, right before pouring another drink down his throat. He sniffs, bouncing his nose with each inhale. He makes a face full of disgust and spits on the ground. He goes,
"Deathless."
He stands and peers around, and looking at you, he points a finger.
"You. Why don't you pull up a chair?"
I who?
You three, you four.
Us? Us four?
You four.
One chair?
And he slams a cask of wine onto the table.
Come, drink with me.
What if you insist?
I do.
And he sits back down with a heavy thud and grabs another cask of wine and pours it down his gullet, slams it back on the table.
Captain, I think we tread carefully with this one. We're in God's Gambit territory. I think everything is a risk.
I be well aware, me boy. Let's pull up a chair, huh?
Very loud and raucously after that hushed conversation. It's like pulling up a chair. She's like sitting on it, like like when it's like faced the other way and you're like straddling it and like leaning on the back. That's how Sable's. Yeah, that's how Sable's taking a seat.
Bonzo's gonna get like on the back of it and just like have his arms over. It's like her, because you said one chair and he's like just perched up there, just like, okay. And I'm starting to motion to Orpheus, like, come. He said chair.
I kind of help push Evie a little forward, and I slowly walk up, arms crossed, and just stand behind Sable.
She also does not sit. She stands next to you, Orpheus. And as you kind of push her up, you can see that her eyes have not left the man sitting down. And the man sitting down, you can see that the man is probably in his upper 30s, lower 40s. And he is handsomely scarred. His face is lined with sun-worn skin, and his beard is pointed and as messy as his hair, both brown and unfortunately very attractive. You can see that around his...
Unfortunately.
Very attractive. Very devil-may care. You can see that around his leather armor, he's covered in different blades. But his two, what appear to be his primary weapons, are two kind of mid-length sabers with deer antlers carved and sharpened into the hilt. Next to him, the one standing up, is a pale blue half-orc with only one arm, but on his back is a sword about as big as he is, much like Cloud's sword in Final Fantasy VII. And both have a very grim expression on their face. And as the rest of you sit down, the large man at the end of the table laughs again and goes,
You won. What's the problem? I thought you'd be happier. Now, I don't have time for you anymore. I have guests now.
And he turns to the rest of you and he goes,
What bring you to my ship?
Well, to whom do we owe the pleasure?
He leans back into his chair and takes a sip of wine and goes,
You first. It's not often I find favored members of my sister's company.
Well, it's interesting, because we actually be here for your guests.
As my guest.
For your guests. The two here.
We not come here for you.
Well, that's a nice change of pace.
and he nods towards the two of them.
So you know him?
No. We do not. Told to find. And he looks at Evie. This, the man?
Evie, her eyes still have not left him, and she just kind of nods slowly. She doesn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Yes. Came for him.
Well, you found him. What do you plan to do?
He owed me a bit of gold, so we were hoping he could be coming with us.
Of course. I mean, he's free to do as he pleases. But that still does not explain why Deathless are on my ship.
I can't help but feel like it does.
What do you mean, Deathless?
I mean you. You have a smell about you.
Well, did crawl through piss and shit and sewer. Me, sorry.
Oh, trust me, I can smell that too.
And he pours another cask of wine down his mouth.
Please help yourself.
Orpheus doesn't move, but he looks highly offended by the fact that he's been told that he smells.
You all have had contact with my sister. I want to know why she chose you.
Not no. Wake up in field. She give gift. Me say, what is? Me thank. Now here. What deal with you? Came for him. Who are you? And Bonzo's gonna look at Sable and like give a tentative thumbs up. Like, is this what I should be doing?
Sable's gonna give a tentative thumbs up and be like,
Hey, the boy speaks the truth. I can't be telling you any better than you be telling me. But seeing as she is your sister, maybe you could just take it up with her.
Not as easy done as said. She's a freer spirit. I've not seen her in well over 500 years.
Aye, well, sometimes sibling relationships can be hard. My condolences. Anyway, this man be owing me some coin, and I'd very much like to cash it in.
Very well. Would you like to earn something more than gold?
What be your offer?
A game.
And he downs some of the wine in his cask and puts it down upside down.
A wager. Against me, against you.
I don't be making wagers with those whose names I don't know.
Very well. I am Babadir.
Orpheus looks at Evie, looking at the captain, and notes that, like, things do not seem well. Leans in towards Sable and says, I think we need to leave.
I agree. Yes, I think we best. We be kind of in a crunch for time. We don't be having time for games right now.
No. What about information? What about favors?
I don't know if you have any information that could be that useful to me. What do you know?
You're looking for someone.
Do you know where she is?
I might.
And if I play your game, you could tell me?
If you win.
Captain.
I'll play.
He looks at you, Orpheus.
You're looking for something.
And that's none of your business.
He turns to you, Bonzo.
You are a curiosity.
Yes. People say that about me. Why me bring in big bucks?
Do you know what you're looking for?
No. Me not look for anything.
He nods.
No, I don't suppose you are.
He looks at the man sitting down, and he says,
You can leave now, madman. You have your answer. Return to your ship, and you can stay as long as you'd like. But you cannot play anymore.
and then at that point, the captain of the Duskbreaker stands and looks quickly at Evie before turning and walking down the road. The man at his side gives one look at the rest of you all before turning and following his master.
Now that it's just us. Who would like to play?
Has Evie gone with them, or is she still with us?
She is still with you.
Evie, there goes your captain. Are you choosing to stay with us, or are you going to follow?
She does not look at you and instead looks at Babadir, and she goes, "You know many things?
Yes.
How much do you know?"
Little one, I am a god. What I know encompasses multitudes. And what I can do is outside of your wildest dreams. You beat me, and I will answer one question or do you one favor. I beat you, and I get something. Not money, that doesn't interest me. Not supplies, I could get those wherever. But something unique, something personal. The reward is worth it.
I don't make a habit out of making wagers with gods. So I wouldn't recommend it, me girl.
She doesn't look at you and she goes, "I'll play." And she sits down at the table.
Evie, don't do this.
Her jaw tightens and she stares forward at the mug in front of her.
If I win, you'll be answering any question I want.
If it is within my ability.
And if I lose, you get to take anything you want?
Not anything. Your question and whatever you're willing to put up against it will be decided before the game starts.
And I can reject the terms.
As long as it's before the game. But once the game starts, our choices are locked in. You cannot change it. And you cannot go back on your promise.
I'll discuss the wager.
He looks you up and down and goes,
That axe. It's nice. Seems unique, and I can see that you've carved some of your own life onto it. I'll take that.
Deal.
What about you, half-elf?
Orpheus smirks and says, "No, I'm not interested in your games."
He nods solemnly and turns to Bonzo.
And you?
Bonzo's gonna look at Sable. Me play?
Don't do it, me boy.
Okay. No.
And with that, he kind of like leans back and cracks his neck a little bit, stretching it out, and sniffs a couple more times, and he goes,
There are others here, aren't there? There are more of you.
Hide that information. Don't be part of the wager.
he stands and starts walking towards the end of the platform along the barge and looks out throughout the city and the wharf. He goes,
You see, I could feel you all enter my realm as soon as you did. I know each one of these souls, and there's someone new here.
he points down towards where you parked your ship.
There.
And he twists his wrist in and snaps his fingers. And suddenly Alistair and Myrna are up on the platform as well. So you two, from where you were on the ship, you are like, Myrna, you are like mid hammer stroke towards the side. And suddenly your hammer falls through into air as you are now on the top floor of this barge.
She was definitely singing, "Whistle while you twerk it."
So Alistair, you and Myrna look around and you find that you are with your companions once again, a large man kind of standing right in front of you with his hands still out, like mid-snap. You see Evie and Sable sitting down at a table with a mug in front of them, and your other two companions standing behind them. The large man looks at you and goes,
Would you like some food or wine?
Where are we? You'll see that Alistair was in the middle of rubbing some dirt onto his boots.
gotta keep it nice.
What happened?
I'll just step closer to Alistair. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Your friends and I were about to play a game. Maybe you'd like to join?
I shoot them a glance and shake my head. No.
I was a little busy. I think I'll have to pass on that.
A favor from a god is no small feat.
A god?
A god.
I've had my fair share of gods and goddesses. I think I'm good.
His eyes seem to focus on you a little bit longer than the rest, Alistair. And you can see a thought cross his mind, but he doesn't speak it. He instead turns to Myrna.
And you, little one?
There's not much that you could really tell me, so I just like fixing the ships. I think, there's not much you could really, I'm good.
You're not curious? Intelligence like yours is no small feat. With it typically comes a insatiable curiosity. There's nothing that you wonder.
Nothing that she wonders that she can't find out for herself. Thank you very much.
So with that, he starts walking back towards the table and sits down with a heavy impact and puts a mug out in front of him, puts a mug out in front of Sable, and puts a mug out in front of Evie. And as you inspect your mug, you can see that underneath are 5 dice. Sable, you can go ahead and open up your dice tray.
What?
Because we are going to play a game of liar's dice. Somewhat modified, but you each should have 5d6s in front of you. And so each player rolls all 5 of their dice per round and keeps them secret. Then, one at a time, each player bets on how many dice of one value are rolled across all of the player's dice. Example, 2 4s. Then the next person has to raise the bid by either the quantity or the value of the die. Example, it would be like 2 5s or 3 4s, but not 2 3s. As the bids get higher, any other player can call liar to another player's bid. In that case, all players reveal their dice and count the bid. If the dice exceed or meet the number called, then the bidder is safe. If there are fewer dice than what is called, then the bidder is eliminated. A failed liar call results in the accuser being eliminated. In this case, Babadir cannot be eliminated, and instead, a successful call against him or a failed liar call from him means success for the player, and they get their favor. And so you either want him to
catch him or want him to try to catch me and fail.
Correct. You can, however, cheat and do a sleight of hand roll to try to switch some of your dice out. However, being caught will mean that you forfeit your match.
Now, knowing it's liar's dice, can Myrna jump in and go, wait, I am really good at dice. I'd like to play.
No, Myrna!
Babadir grins and goes, "Of course. What would you like?"
Alistair's dress.
Oh. You see Alistair just kind of look up at the sky. I'm like, Kalama, if you're watching this, that's not my fault.
He's interesting. He goes, "What would you like, little one?"
You know what I'm looking for. You can just tell me where my next stop is.
Your next stop. I can try. However, I'll want something in return if I win.
She's gonna look across her friends and make a smirk. You can have Ward.
I want you to make something for me.
I don't want that freaking bird. You haven't even fixed him yet. I don't think. So it's like a malfunction.
You didn't see it, but I rolled my eyes really hardcore. What do you want?
I'll give you the designs for it if I win. But I want you to make something for me.
Can I see it first?
That is not the rules of the game.
So then, at least tell me what it's used for.
He shakes his head slowly.
Deal.
And you?
He says, turning towards the captain,
I'm gonna
"What do you
throw
want?"
up.
This is awful.
I'm physically ill.
You know what I want? I want you to tell me where they are. Exactly where they are.
One problem with that. They are not together. So you will have to choose.
I want to know where Ranallo is.
All right. And you?
Babadir says, turning towards Evie. "I want to know how to defeat the Empire," she says rather quickly.
I'm sorry, but that question has already been asked.
She kind of withdraws back into herself for a moment. And then she looks around at the rest of you all, and she says, "I want to know what the Empire wanted from these people." And Babadir smiles and nods. He says,
For that wager, I want your birthright. You may never ascend to your promised place.
"Done." And she takes her place at the table.
That was fast.
And so now we will go into our first round of Liar's Dice. And
This
so
is wild.
Have fun.
let's first roll initiative to see who goes first, and then from there we'll go clockwise. Mitch is going to roll for Evie in this case, just so I don't have that conflict of interest.
Do you want me to roll the initiative roll? As
Yes.
well? Okay. Cool. 17 and whatever her initiative.
Oh, it's
bonus
just
is.
going to be straight D20, and so
Oh,
you got a
shit.
17?
Yeah, 17.
I also got a 17.
I
so
also
we'll-
got a 17.
All right. So the three of us, we're going to have to roll off again, yeah. I got a 9.
I got a 4.
11.
All right. So Evie is going to go first, and then it'll be Sable, Myrna, and then Babadir.
I got a natural 1. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, but we're going to go clockwise from
Gotcha.
whoever gets the highest. All right. So first round will be Evie. And so we can roll our dice now.
Oh my god.
4 4s.
5 4s.
5 4s.
My bad.
So tense, you're jumping out of character. I feel that.
6 4s.
7 4s.
No, I'm calling him.
Live.
Yeah.
Everyone put forth your 4s.
I lost. I feel it. I can feel it.
I have 2,
I have Evie had 1.
I have 2.
and we're looking for 7.
6. That's 6.
That's 6.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
You, Bombardier!
Bombardier!
You just see Orpheus.
Every single mic just clipped.
Orpheus just cross-armed goes, brings his fist up like, yeah, and tucks it back in.
Alistair and Myrna's ears just like, all right, now you just gotta do that.
All right, Sable's deadly serious locked in.
So Bombardier throws his head back and laughs. Araxa like,
Oh, well done. Oh, the one you look for is an Unvaldi.
Valdi.
Now, shall we play again?
he looks towards Evie and Myrna. He goes,
Shall we play?
so we will roll our dice again. This time it's going to start with Myrna.
4 3s.
4 6s.
5 5s.
Liar.
Bombardier reveals 1 5.
I have no 5s.
Yeah.
Rip Evie.
This feels so bad. I'm not.
You
I just-
doomed her.
birthright.
She can never ascend now.
We can just tell her.
Seeing the lack of 5s, Evie's eyes fall towards the table, and without another word, she stands from the table and goes and stands next to Orpheus and just kind of solemnly like looks down at her feet.
She played bad.
Alistair in Myrna's ear. Okay, now you just don't do that. And
Now it is just Myrna and Bombardier, and Bombardier will go first.
Alistair is sweating just profusely.
Orpheus puts a hand on Evie's shoulder and just kind of gives a light little rub before crossing his arms back.
So there are only 3 dice. There are only 10 dice, sorry. And so Bombardier goes forward and goes,
3 3s.
4 6s.
Liar.
Sleight of hand.
make a sleight of hand check.
Like with my
Yeah, a regular d20.
That dice is
16.
so dense.
16.
Plus 3, yeah, 16.
How many dice do you want to switch out?
1. And I can switch it to any number I want.
Mm-hmm.
Myrna
how many
pulls
dice?
out 4 6s.
And Bombardier pulls out a 5th.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, you guys played so well. Evie sucked. Evie was so bad.
My palms are sweaty.
And so what is it that you wanted to know?
I want to know where I can find my renewable resource.
The item that you're looking for, it does not exist. But you may find a path forward in Denestrana.
Since we bested you, I think you owe me a little tip. What did you want me to build?
Play again, and that can be your question.
I think she's good, actually.
I'm gonna listen to him this time.
Would you like to? Gravekeeper.
I think the answer that Myrna received is enough for me.
He sits back in his chair and looks around at the rest of you and goes,
As long as you're within my boundaries, you should be relatively safe. You can roam and travel across my city as you see fit. And if you wish to play again, you know where to find me. But for now,
he says, looking at Evie,
I imagine that you have some things to sort out yourselves.
Well, if that be all, we'll be taking our leave. Thank you very much.
And Sable's gonna turn and go.
Thank you for the game.
he says as you leave.
I'm going to catch up to Sable and I'm going to go, oh my God, that was so scared. How come none of us asked what the gods wanted from us?
I I've been knowing what the gods want from me, lassie, and I be knowing what I need from them. Now, we have places to sail. Everybody to the ship.
Okay.
Orpheus, is helping guide Evie back. I feel like she's probably just dead to the world.
Yeah, she's kind of withdrawn somewhat into herself. As you put a hand around her shoulder, you can feel her tremble a little bit, but she allows you to guide her way down the city. The city is no less quiet as you travel through it, and each time a tavern door opens, you're greeted with a raucous crowd of laughter, of singing, of music from inside. And it takes a little bit to get back towards the docks. And once you're there, you can see both the damned and the Duskbreaker at their places, still untouched. You don't see anyone on the ship of the damned, but you do see the familiar faces of Maggie from her place on the ship. And she kind of calls out and waves to you guys. Oh, you're back. Come up. The captain's in. He wants to see you guys.
Sable's going to walk right past onto her ship and start preparing it to set sail.
Bonzo's going to run after and go, Captain, Master, what need me do?
I start preparing the ship for Waterboy. Hoist the sails, tie the mast.
Okay, and this time, no fall.
No fall.
And he's going to start climbing up to set the sails.
Sable, you don't think it's a better idea to do what we intended to do when we came here first?
I intended to do one thing anywhere I go, and now I have the opportunity. So I be setting sail as soon as possible. They can have their supplies. I don't need the gold. I just need enough retained to get to Uvaldi.
Orpheus is going to lead Evie to the Duskbreaker. And he's going to check in. Are you okay? We're here at your ship.
She nods. Thank you for bringing me back here.
You're going to be okay.
She nods again, but not like she's believing it. And she starts making her way further onto the ship. And as you turn to return back to the damned, you are suddenly blocked by a solid wall of muscle. And you look up to see the pale blue orc that you had seen before, back up with the captain of the Duskbreaker playing the game with Babadir. And you see Prosh, and he looks down and he goes, the captain would like to see you and your crew.
I'm okay coming up and talking to your captain, but you're also going to have to talk to our captain.
Would you mind getting her? I have a feeling that your voice might be more persuasive than mine.
Fine, but if you can give me some clue as to what you want, that might help sway her.
To settle debts. I understand that you are in possession of some cargo that we seek. And there is the matter of settling our debt for you rescuing our dear Evie here.
All right. Orpheus nods and then looks up. May I pass?
He shifts to one foot and turns and lets you go by.
Thanks. Orpheus walks over to the damned. I assume Sable's already on the ship.
Yes, Sable's on the ship. She's getting things ready. She's tying a knot, probably way more times than she needs to tie it. Just she's clearly determined, but manic.
Knuckles white.
She's tweaking. She's tied the same knot 6 times. She's it's not enough.
Captain Sable.
What?
The captain of the Duskbreaker would like to speak to you about settling debts.
I be busy. We need to set sail.
There could be some gold in it for us.
I don't be wanting gold. I don't be needing things.
But what we might need is a little bit of companionship. And I think we might be able to strike some type of deal with them for some type of assistance.
Assistance?
I don't know in what way, but they do want to repay us for saving Evie as well. I think it's worth giving at least 15-30 minutes of our time.
I'm going to pat Sable on the back and go, I don't know what happened in there, but I've never, ever could imagine you giving up gold. Couple minutes. Come on.
There be things worth more than gold in this world, lassie. Gold be a means to an end. But allies... will help further the fight, so I will give them 15. But me crew needs to ready the ship. Can it be done?
I think so, Captain. But may I come with you?
I would appreciate that.
Captain, from above me. Want me come too? Me, second mate.
You choose where you go, me boy. Either ready the ship or come with us.
Which more important?
Ready the ship. Keep the others in line. Make sure that we are set to sail.
Okay, stay in line, Alistair.
And Sable's gonna turn to Orpheus, take a breath, and then walk towards to go meet the other captain.
Sable and Orpheus, you two exit down the ramp of the damned and onto the deck of the Duskbreaker. There you find Crouch standing next to the door of the captain's quarters, and you two follow as he enters the Duskbreaker.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's adventure. Follow our socials at Rivers of Confluence and find us at riversofconfluence.com. Sound design and editing brought to you by Spit It Out Audio. For extra content and early access, find us on Patreon.
Next week in Awenor.
So are you trying to make enemies of the Empire?
What did Baba Dia tell you? And how does Evie play into this?
You be casting her out now that she doesn't have access to her birthright or whatever it is she wagered?
But what do you know of her birthright?
What do you know of her wager?
And you are flung from the ship down into the water.
Not again! No!
No, I'm not gonna leave, no!
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a smoke.
We are going to go into initiative.
I've seen you sing so loudly with a voice as true as lead.
If I'd fallen down a well, I could never lose my hope.
I will be there right behind you with some ale and a rope.
I've seen you do the impossible. You've escaped the jaws of death.
I've seen you lose your greatest love and smile as you wept.
When villains call your name, you never stand back in fear.
I can fight 100 legions as long as you are here. We will run to the blazing sun. We will drink to the pirate sea. We will travel through hell with the hand we've been dealt. We face grace, lottery. We will tread through the deepest snow. We will sing till the morning glow. We may win, we may lose, but there's nothing else we choose. 'Cause fighting on is all we know. Yes, fighting on is all we know.
Orpheus is going to lead Evie to the Duskbreaker. And he's going to check in. Are you okay?
Can that please stay in?
And then Evie honks her clown nose.
And then Evie turns into a car.
Get me down.
I guess if I can't ascend to my promised place, time to join the circus.
Well, you know, Bonzo knows.
Yes, always hiring.